The online space is full of amazing stories, right? Some interesting, some real life, some made up, ghost stories, whatever. Some happy, some sad, some kind of funny. This story is kind of a mix of everything, not the ghost. I meant the sad and happy. Now, let me ask you a question, and I genuinely want you to answer this in the comments. How would you feel if your dad abandoned your family to become a professional breakdancer? Yeah. That's my actual question. Not a question I thought I would ever be asking anyone, but it's a question I'm intrigued to know the answer to. This was actually the case, a true life story for a TikToker called Maddie Hart, right? She went on TikTok to tell the story of exactly that, how her dad abandoned her family to become a professional breakdancer. Let's take a look at the whole story, the whole situation. Before we get into it, I don't know why I'm smiling so much because it's actually quite sad. Do subscribe to this channel. I'm going to change this light because that red is a danger colour. Do please go ahead and subscribe to this channel. This is my reaction channel, not my beauty channel. So we go through just random stuff. Let's see what is going on.
Piece of trauma that you have, that's funny. It has to actually be funny. I'll go first. My dad abandoned my family when I was 5 years old. That is a wife and 4 kids. He abandoned us and then pursued amateur breakdancing. And he got really good.
Oh, amateur. Okay, I thought it was professional. But she says he got really good at it. You need to see.
He like blew up. Like he became like a D-list celebrity status, like viral breakdancer. He became like the oldest actively competing breakdancer in the world. Then he got on Good Morning America and talk shows, and Washington Post wrote about him, and he went super viral, and he did all these interviews, and he danced with Paula Abdul. And here, I'll show you.
To see, take a look at this 60-year-old breakdancer. Yes, 60 years old. Amazing. That's Ben Hart. He's competing at a break.
Okay, there's copyright music here, but she's just watching it. She's going to go on to say, though, something quite concerning about this whole situation. This guy wouldn't pay my medical bills, she
There
says.
was no split custody or anything. Like, he just, like, left 4 kids to do that. He may not have paid for some of my medical bills growing up, but he did give me this breakdancing merchandise. So that's him. He's on his head. Benihana is his b-boy name because his name is Ben Hart. You know, I'll get texts like this. Happy birthday, question mark. And
I love it. Happy birthday? Hi, Maddie. I lost track of a date. Happy birthday? No, that's really sad. I hope you're doing well. I love that. Happy birthday?
and like links to his breakdancing video.
Okay, so let's actually see, because he did do breakdancing. He did do breakdancing well. He was good at it.
We are dubbing this Would You Look at That Wednesday. We're not talking about Robin's shoes, even though you should look at that, but we're talking about this video you just have to see. Take a look at this 60-year-old breakdancer. Yes, 60 years old. Amazing. That's Ben Hart. He's competing at a breakdancing competition in Philadelphia, and he may not have won, but I tell you what, he is winning over a lot of people on the internet. Yes. He really is.
Except his children. I do have to say, I hope that I can move like that when I am 60 years old. Because I can't do that now. So I don't know what's gonna change, but you know, here's hoping. So this kind of went super viral on TikTok, like a lot of things do. This guy, the dad, actually has his own YouTube channel where I don't know what he talks about. I think it's like business stuff. It's not interesting. Whatever he talks about, it's not interesting to someone like me who doesn't like numbers. You know what I mean? But he actually filmed his own reply to his daughter. Let's take a look.
I wake up at 6 a.m. to do some work. I get my coffee, I sit down, I open my computer, and what am I greeted with?
Can we just look at the Bitcoin shirt? Whenever someone talks too much about Bitcoin and makes it their whole life, it's kind of like the same energy for me, people who do like CrossFit. Like, yeah, do CrossFit, but also don't make it out like it's your new religion. You know what I mean?
Well, hundreds of comments calling me a deadbeat dad, a child abandoner, and all manner of other insults. So I think, what's this all about? Well, after a few minutes of investigation, I discover that my daughter, Maddie, has made a video about me. She's a screenwriter in Hollywood.
Oh.
She's also a big social media influencer with millions of followers.
Oh.
Some of her videos get millions of views.
Didn't know she had millions of followers. Didn't know she had millions of views. I'll probably put screenshots off her socials while I'm editing in this video. So hindsight, whatever they call it.
And this video has tens of millions of views, 1 million likes, 20,000 comments, 40,000 bookmarks, 30,000 reposts.
Jeez.
It's just insane. So I thought I'd better watch this video. And frankly, I was pretty chagrined by what I heard, to say the least. But honestly...
Pre-chagrin? I was pre-chagrin? What did he say?
The more I watch this video, the more I like it. Well, I like about 98% of it. However, I do need to correct a few statements in the video.
Okay.
But first, let's just watch Maddie's 90-second video, and then I'll give you my comments.
He abandoned us and then pursued amateur breakdancing.
Some more context is needed here. Needless to say, I will talk about this in a moment.
I would like to know how he explains this part, because for someone to say that you abandoned your family to pursue something, to have that feeling must mean that you full on went for it, left your family, never came back, really went into, you weren't just like Friday night going out to breakdancing classes, you disappeared, right? That's in my mind the situation.
Really good. He like blew up. Like he became like a D-list celebrity status, like viral breakdance. I wouldn't pay my medical bills.
That is not true. More on that in a minute. Okay, in many ways, I love this video. And of course, I love my daughter, Maddie. And we get along great. At least I think we do. But if you...
I think he loves it because he's picked out the points where she was like, he went super viral, he was like a D-list celebrity, like he's great. And maybe missed the points. And, you know, there shouldn't be any reason why you should like this video as the dad of this child.
Actions are in order. Or at least a few things that need to be put in context.
Right, go on then.
First, I can see that as a 5-year-old, Maddie would see her dad as having abandoned the family. One day I was living there, the next day I wasn't.
Right.
And that will look like abandonment to a child.
I also think though it's what how the other partner in the relationship would explain it, right? Like you can't, like to have that word abandon, do we think that maybe the mother at some point was like, yeah, your dad's abandoned us? You know what I mean? Because that's quite a, I don't know, if it was my child, I'd be like, yeah, you know, you sit them down and you explain a divorce, you explain a breakup. Let's see what happened.
But married couples do get divorced about half the time in America. And I was just living a mile or so down the street in LaGrange, Illinois. We just weren't living under the same roof. Now, about not paying medical...
Wait. Yeah, but okay. But where has this abandon come from? That's what I want to know. Why was she... Was there a miscommunication between mum and dad? To me, somebody would have had to put in the mind of the children that they were abandoned. Because abandoned to me means no contact, no seeing anyone, no, help with money, which I guess the split custody thing was. I want to know more.
That's just not correct. Here was the financial arrangement of the divorce.
Oh.
Maddie's mom, my ex-wife, got $2 million at the get-go, out of the gate, a lump sum payment. Plus, I was paying her $18,000 per month in child support and alimony. This was later reduced to $12,000 per month. And of course, I paid health insurance and out-of-pocket medical costs. I also put $600,000 into the kids' college fund.
Wow.
In all, I paid out about $5 million to my ex-wife to cover costs for her and the kids. And this is in 2005 dollars. So add 50% to account for inflation.
Right.
In other words, I was not a deadbeat dad at all. And by the way, Maddie did not say that in her video. But a lot of the comments assume that and say that.
But remember as well, a lot of the parenting issue isn't money. It isn't a money issue. There are families with no money. It doesn't mean their parents are shit parents. Being a shit parent is that happy birthday? Question mark? Is it your birthday? You know, little things like that can be quite, hurtful.
Now, of course, there was no way for Maddie to know how much I was paying because she was a kid. This wasn't something I talked about. Also, remember that I was living 1 mile down the road from the kids in LaGrange, Illinois. Sidewalks all the way. An easy walk or bike ride. I saw the kids all the time. No abandonment, just a divorce. Was I at fault in the divorce? Yeah, I would say I was about 70% at fault. I own that. Maddie's mom and I were really not compatible in many ways. We were compatible in some ways, but not in other ways. Okay. Do I regret marrying Maddie's mom? No, absolutely not. I
don't think these were any of the questions. It was more about you as a father.
Not married Maddie's mom, Maddie and her 3 siblings would not have been born.
Right.
They would not have existed.
Right.
The kids have turned out great.
Right.
Maddie graduated from Northwestern University and is a screenwriter in Hollywood.
The way he's reading it. All the kids are doing so well. This is happening this year. Can you believe? It's like this isn't a Christmas update.
Maddie's older sister, Tori, is a partner at a hedge fund on Wall Street. She's getting rich.
A partner on Wall Street.
Maddie's younger sister, Olivia, just graduated from college and is teaching English to first graders in Thailand. Her older brother, Peter, is getting a master's degree in psychology. I get along great with all my kids, including Maddie. At least I think I do. So the kids are doing just fine despite Dad's many shortcomings. One other slight correction, which I hesitate to even bring up, because I love the way Maddie did this in her video. I did not abandon the family for breakdancing. I have a career. I'm in the advertising business, built an ad agency. That's how I was able to afford to pay Maddie's mom $5 million.
Okay, so I wonder if she posted this and thought maybe her dad won't see it. Maybe it won't go as viral as she expected it to, but wanted to make up this kind of story. I don't know. Who are you believing in this situation?
Maddie's mom and I separated in 2004 and divorced in 2005. I took up breakdancing entirely by accident in 2012 as a way to get in shape at the age of 54. I then just kept doing it. I'm now age 66. Now, some of you might be wondering, can he still breakdance at age 66?
Go on.
Well, I don't know. Let's see. I'll give it a try.
Okay.
Okay, Maddie, let's see how the old man does.
A Bitcoin flag. There's no way in hell I would ever be able to get down and up off the floor that quickly.
The main point is that it's never too late to start breakdancing. I started when I was age 54. I'm now age 66. So there's really no excuse for anyone not to be breakdancing.
Guys, if you're out there watching this, what are you doing? Sitting at home, perhaps you're doing, other workouts. Why aren't you breakdancing? There's no excuse for you to not be breakdancing right now. I don't think that's the whole point in this video. What's his name? I actually don't even know his name, but I don't think this is the whole point in the video. Wait, they said his name. I can't remember. Kevin Hart. No. Brian Hart. Something Hart. Listen, Ben Hart. Bitcoin Hart. I don't think the whole point in this video, you remember you were responding to your daughter. It wasn't, can I still breakdance?
So the bottom line is this.
We're back.
At first, I really did not like Maddie's video at all. But I was biased by all the negative comments with at 6 a.m. in the morning in my social media feed. But the more I watch the video, the more I like it. And her video certainly is true from her perspective, even though a few details are off. No doubt because of what she heard from her mom.
Right.
And I do think it's a great storyline that a 54-year-old dude left his family to pursue breakdancing, even if not quite true, factually. But perhaps it speaks to a bigger truth, a truth that is really truer than the actual facts of the matter. This could be a very funny movie plot. So maybe Maddie will make this movie about her 66-year-old breakdancing dad. Also, as I scroll through the 12,000 comments on Maddie's video, I really like most of them. Some are hilarious.
I'm confused. I'm so confused. So he actually didn't abandon the Okay, you know what? Let me just check her socials because I'm like, what is going on? I don't know where he got the millions of followers from because she only has 77,000 followers. Not only, what's he talking about? Or maybe on Instagram? Let me check. No, she doesn't have Sorry, did I miss something? Didn't he say like she has millions of followers? Very confused. Okay. So she does have 2 response videos. Okay, I have to see her response to this video if there is one. She does have 2 videos responding. I thought she deleted it off her thing. Maybe not. Okay, so the comment that they're replying to says, why do you feel some comfortable? I think they mean so comfortable coming online and trashing your family, especially lying about it. Ben seems like a cool guy. Do you just want to be included in a group of people with actual deadbeat dads?
I'm recording a quick response to all this. I'll probably delete this in the morning because like I don't actually have like bad will. I posted my video because it's a very funny story. It's very silly. I like to laugh at my trauma instead of like being super sad about it. But I know my dad posted like a 10-minute video or whatever being like, you know, my daughter's lying. We have a great relationship. I have a great relationship with all my kids. That's just objectively not true. Like, guys, we're all freaking out about this in my family group chat right now. We're being like, he's so unhinged and delusional. We don't know if he actually believes his own narrative or if he's lying on purpose, but he's just like a weird guy. Yeah, he said he lived down the street from us. That's not true. Or like if he did, it was only for a few months maybe. But actually for most of my childhood, he lived in Florida with his new wife. Like basically like, I don't want to get into this. Like, again, like my video was basically like sanitizing the situation and like poking fun at the lightest parts of that childhood trauma. But obviously in real life, it was a lot more like complicated and traumatic. And it was really hard. He left us, immediately married another woman. We didn't hear from him for years. And then he would visit every few months and we'd go out to dinner. But like, he truly had no hand in raising us at all.
Now we're hearing with two different sides. I'm like, they're making sense. I don't know what to believe. I think I believe Maddie here. Because it doesn't seem like a lie, you know?
Don't speak with any sort of regularity. He doesn't know when my birthday is. Like, as you guys saw in the video I posted, he got it wrong. He gave us some money growing up. I honestly don't know the nitty-gritty of the financial situation. I really, really don't. But I do know that several times I've asked him for financial help with medical expenses, like especially like in college, and he wouldn't help me. So that's what I was referring to in my video when I was like, he wouldn't pay some of my medical bills. I'll probably delete this in the morning, but I'm, you know, 2 hard kombuchas in, and so I feel the need to kind of defend me and my family's like POV. Bottom line is this guy was a completely absent father. He's like, I was just a bike ride away from those kids. And it's like, not once did any of us ever take a bike ride to his house. I don't think I've ever been in his house ever. So this whole thing is so bizarre. Like, I'm so surprised that he responded to my video because I'm just like, damn, I could have actually made you seem like way worse than I made you seem. Like, in my video, I just made you seem like such a whimsical, funny guy. Like, but in real life, it was actually a lot darker. So I'm so surprised that he responded to it. And
I don't think the first video made him seem whimsical and funny. It was actually kind of weird. I thought it was a weird situation. His response made him seem more like, you know, I'm telling the truth. All this, like, I believed him for a second there. Now I don't know what to think.
It's obviously kind of hurtful and weird, but again, we don't really have a relationship, so at the end of the day, it doesn't have a huge effect on me. It's just kind of a bummer for my family. And we're all kind of looking at this and looking at his response. And we're just like, this is crazy. If this is actually his narrative, it's like delusional.
I do think for a lot of families, not mine, there is, you know, especially families of divorce, there does always seem to be a parent who is a little bit delusional about what is actually going on and what actually happened, and perhaps the efforts they put into the situation. Actually, this happens a lot, even in like some people's relationships before they break up. They have this illusion of the efforts they're putting into that relationship, that situation, and it's completely different from everyone else's viewpoint, you know? Okay, so they have one more. Him saying, I have millions of followers in his video when I have 70k should give you an idea of how he exaggerates. Who's replying to it? Is that her replying to herself?
Okay, I'm going to say one more thing about the Breakdancing Dad saga. Yeah. This is not a clapback video. This is not beef. It's something that I have loved that people are not talking about, is that there's a sort of Mandela effect happening in the collective consciousness of the internet right now. In his original video and like in his tweet, my dad had posted being like, my daughter is a famous influencer. She has millions of followers. She's a big social media influencer. And now everybody thinks that that's true. Like nobody fact checked that. Like nobody, like everyone's rolling with it. Like every news source, every tweet. Like I'm a small creator. I'm not even monetizing my account yet because I'm too small. I have 70,000. Like love you guys, but like I definitely don't have millions. And all over his like social media, he's like, my daughter, she's a successful Hollywood screenwriter at Netflix. Don't know where he got any of that. Obviously, I've told him in the past that I'm an
Wait. So we're saying all these things about his kids and what they're doing, and he actually doesn't know.
I would love that though. Like he's manifesting that for me. But now like everybody's just like talking like that's the truth. Like Candace Owens just posted a whole like long podcast being like, I'll show you guys.
There was a young Maddie. She is 24 years old, and she decided to go on to, yep, you guessed it, TikTok, to dump some trauma about her childhood. Now, to be clear, Maddie's got millions of followers on TikTok.
Did nobody fact check? Did she not? Did nobody do research into this? It's like everybody is, even the people who hate me are like manifesting great success for me. Unhinged and delusional Hollywood screenwriter, stars with breakdancing dad, Hollywood screenwriter. Okay, it's not giving assistant anymore. This is some Republican article. Maddie Hart, a California-based comedian with a huge TikTok following. Woo! You guys need to understand this is a huge step up, because when I went viral and ended up on Fox News, everybody was calling me a self-proclaimed comedian. So now it's like the tides are shifting. TikTok star. Okay, and this article hates me, but honey, they're calling me a star. Any way you slice it, whether you like me, whether you hate me, whether you think I'm lying, whether you think my dad's lying. Maddie Hart, big, famous girl, famous, rich, famous Hollywood writers. Millions of fans.
I don't think there's any reason to hate any of these people. Like, I don't know why there will be articles that are so outraged that she went on there to talk about this when her dad is like, yeah, I actually quite like the video, and plus look at me breakdance. Like, I don't get where the outrage is coming from the situation. I do tend to lean more towards believing Maddie, because they do generally seem like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? This is very confusing. I actually don't know where I am with this now. Not that I need to be. Can you imagine? I'm so upset by this situation. Anyway, let me know. I'm joking. Let me know your thoughts down below. What's the truth here? I'm very lost and confused. I thought I knew exactly what was happening, and I don't. Anyway, do subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, comment down below. Let's talk about this one, and I'll see you in the next one.